What's up, guys? This is Brave, and I have just finished watching Queen Charlotte episode 1. I had to come in and do a review because, baby, there was a lot to talk about. Bridgerton has done it again, you guys. This addition to the Bridgerton story, so far, so good. Let's go ahead and jump right into this review slash recap, reaction, whatever you want to call it, baby. Let's go ahead and talk about it. All right, so first of all, I have to say that the woman who was playing Queen Charlotte is so beautiful. Like, oh my gosh, I think she is a stunning black woman. Now, when we meet Charlotte, because at this point she is not the queen yet, we meet Charlotte. She is with her brother, Adolphus, and he basically sold her off, you guys. They are from a small town in Germany, and baby, they ain't got a lot. So what does he have to do? He has to go ahead and bargain and give his sister away to a man that she has no clue of who he is, okay? She has no idea what his personality is like. Honestly, she doesn't even want to go through with this because this woman is very intelligent. She's read all types of books. So she's like, why do I have to do this? It's bad enough I have to wear this outfit. Now, hold on. The costumes in this show are absolutely beautiful. They are stunning. I love the costume design on Queen Charlotte. It definitely meets the standard of the entire Bridgerton franchise. Now, back to the story at hand. So, as she's riding with her brother, she is letting him know that she has on this fancy dress that is made of this and that and whalebone, and how, even though this dress is so beautiful, it's uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable for her to wear, but of course, that is what she has to wear because this is what is going to be appeasing to men. And one thing that I can say about the writers on this show, as well as, the Bridgerton series, or for should I say franchise, they know how to write in their stories of conversations that we need to have as a society, and also how it affected women back then and how it affects us now. Because let's really talk about this conversation. How many times is it that women have to put on their best to attract a man? That is something that has been ingrained in little girls since we were children, okay? Because we have to have the makeup, we have to have our hair done, our nails done, we have to have a nice outfit on. Like, that is something that has literally been ingrained in us since we discovered what princesses were. And when we decided, oh yeah, we're going to play dress up. And when we play dress up, we always put on a fancy dress. Dress up has never been you threw on, you know, some shorts and a baseball outfit. That is not playing dress up. It's always in a fairy tale dress. We introduce the idea of, oh, let's put on makeup when we see our moms getting dressed in the morning because mom's putting on her lipstick, so now I want to put on lipstick. Like, it is literally ingrained in us that for us to be seen in society, we have to put on all these layers of things just for us to be seen and just for our male counterparts to see, like, oh wait, that woman is actually beautiful. But what does he have to do? Absolutely nothing. There's no makeup. There's not even nice clothes if you want to be technical. Like, guys can look like bums, but we have to dress to the nines. But you know what? Let's go ahead and move on. All right, so now Charlotte's brother has to let her know that, I think that you're going to be happy with the king. And I also know that this is going to be the first relationship of its kind. This is basically the first interracial relationship that the world has seen. And I'm just like, this is so interesting because I wonder if they're going to really, push the envelope and talk about race because this woman is black and clearly the king is white. And baby, there was definitely some racial, or should I say racist undertones that occurred on this first episode. So you guys, we actually flash forward to the queen. She's getting a notice that there's a doctor saying that somebody has died in her family. Though her first thought is that her husband has passed away. Now, as we all know, if we watched Bridgerton before, we've only seen glimpses of her husband. But now we are finally getting the full story, and honestly, I'm so intrigued by it. So, nonetheless, we learn that actually her daughter passes away. Not only does her daughter pass away, though, but also her grandchild, because unfortunately, this is actually an issue that affects black women in particular. That a lot of black women, they actually pass away during childbirth. And it's interesting because this woman is, yes, biracial, but at the end of the day, this is a black woman who also has passed away from childbirth. Now, I know that this happens, especially back in the day, but I'm just saying how there can be many correlations to what was happening back in the day to what is happening now. But let's get right back into the story because y'all already know who was not far behind when this news actually hit the streets. Y'all know Lady Whistledown was out here. Y'all already know. When I tell you I heard that Lady Whistledown voice, I said, oh, my good sis is back, spreading the hot gossip around the town. So here's the thing, y'all. With this child passing away, there is no heir to this family. Y'all, when I found out that baby girl had 13 kids, no, I'm sorry, not 13. I think she said 15 at some point in this first episode. I said 15? Ma'am, 15? You birthed 15 kids? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And then the fact that if she has 15 kids and none of her kids had children, yeah, that's a problem. Because at the end of the day, this is not like this is a time where contraceptive was a thing. Like, there were no condoms, there were no birth control. Hell, was everybody doing the pull-out method? You know what? We'll get there. We will get there. So, like I said, there's no lineage for her children. From her children. And the craziest thing about this is that Whistledown, because we already know she does not back down, she says whatever that she wants. She has to call out the queen because, baby girl, you've been the matchmaker season after season after season, but your kids can't even give you no grandkids. So maybe you need to go ahead and put your little matchmaker skills to the test and find some partners for your children. I said, oh, now, baby, whistle down. You on to something, girl. Because I'm like, how is it that none of your kids have partners? None of them? And none of them can produce children? Or should I say legitimate kids? Oh, baby, we'll get there. Let's go ahead and hop back into the past. Because when I tell you this scene annoyed me, baby, let's go ahead and jump into the fact that you have Shar getting a full body inspection from this white woman. And I'm just like, first of all, who is she? Because this woman has taken it upon herself to go ahead and inspect this woman head to toe. Or should I say girl head to toe? Because Shar was under the age of 18, okay? So she's like, oh yeah, Charlotte, you have great hips for birthing children. And your job is to give this king as many children as possible. Excuse me, ma'am? Was I the only person getting slavery vibes from this? When she was like birthing all these kids and that's your only job? Ma'am, what is going on here? And then on top of that, Shar's dress wasn't even good enough for this woman because Shar was like, oh, I already got me a fire dress that I can wear to this wedding. But here she come talking about some, oh no, girl, you go ahead and pack that dress right back up because we got a dress for you. You're going to wear something that's traditional. And I'm just like, look at this. This woman is over here forcing her traditional dress on Shar as if what Shar has brought to the table is absolutely nothing, completely minimizing this young woman. And unfortunately, that was just the time period that she was in, and that's how women had to live. Completely minimized. And you have to listen to whatever, someone says because they know best. Or do they? But let's go ahead and move on because we also meet, I think, one of my future favorite characters, Brimsley. Now, Baby Boy basically has to be her right-hand man. Even though he has to go ahead and follow behind her, 5 paces behind her. Of course, she's intrigued to know more about the king. Like, what is he like? What does he like to do? Is he just a ruler? Like, she has all these questions. Nobody's giving her answers. So then we get to, oh, I forgot to tell y'all, the woman who was over being inspector, that's actually the king's mother. So the mom decides to have this little meeting with her little crew that she got, which is an all male crew. Oh, an all white male crew plus her. I said, ain't that something? So first thing they want to talk about is how brown Charlotte is. You would have thought this woman was the color of Kelly Rowland. And y'all already know I love me some Kelly Rowland. I think she's absolutely stunning. But you would have thought that Char was like Lupita's color. Char is lighter than Beyonce. Char is like Alicia Keys' color. Like, ma'am, you talking about how brown, how brown she is? If you don't get up out of here, and it's crazy because this is now an issue. This is an issue because what will the people say? Oh, so now we got to find a solution, right? Y'all, why did King Mama say, well, we're going to invite more people from her court? Ma'am, this wedding is in 6 hours. So how y'all going to get all these people here? So, because in my mind, when she says more people from her court, I'm thinking, oh, you mean from her homeland, right? But here's the thing. Again, I said, y'all only got 6 hours. Y'all don't have planes, trains, or automobiles. So how are we going to get these people here? Y'all, they basically went around the neighborhood to give out invitations to people of color. I was tapped out. I was so tapped out. I said, oh, I know y'all not inviting all these random folks to this wedding. Just because they are other than white? Baby. Not only did they give the black people some invitations, but they also got, I think it was, I saw an Asian lady get an invitation. I said, oh, so anybody other than white can be a part of her court. And she don't even know these people. Wow. Just wow. Now let's go ahead and move on. So we meet another young lady who is in bed, letting some old man get his rocks off with her. And I said, baby, this ain't it. But this ain't it. Even if he put a paper bag over his head, this would not work for me. Then he had the audacity to take those teeth out, and I was done. I said, we got to cut it out. Y'all, he took those teeth out. And then had the audacity to be all gums and tongue laying in that bed with her. Couldn't be me. Absolutely not. Could not be me. Oh, Lord. Anyway. So, once this man finally falls asleep, right? So, she gets about that bed. She heads straight to take a bath. Yes, she got to wash that old man up off of her. I get it, because, that old man might give you worms. So, she tells her maid, like, girl, you did not warn me that this man was about to come through like this. And she said it was spontaneous. I said, spontaneous is usually something that people may want. She didn't want no parts of that. And then she's like, well, the butler didn't warn me about it. Excuse me? So now I'm like, so you mean to tell me that it has to go through the entire, household? The man got to go tell the butler, then the butler got to go tell the maid, then the maid got to go tell the wife, girl, your husband coming. Your husband trying to put something on you, girl. Oh my God. This is so interesting to me. So then the maid ends up letting her know, like, girl, well, guess what? The reason why this old man decided that he probably was going to try to give you worms again today was because he just got an invitation to the royal wedding. And, she's like, what are you talking about? We don't know them people like that. She's like, yeah, girl, y'all part of the wedding court now. Now back to Charlotte. Baby girl is getting ready for this wedding, right? So she has all these women who are sewing her dress, the traditional dress. And she's asking these questions. And Brimsley is there, of course. She's asking about the king. Is he cute? Is he smart? Baby got no answers. But this is what they have the audacity to tell her. Don't worry, girl. Y'all gonna have beautiful children. Ma'am, nuh-uh. This sounds like they are setting my girl up for failure. I said, well, damn, how old is he? Is he old? Like, what's his problem? Because ain't nobody saying nothing about this man. So now, y'all, all the people of color have shown up to be a part of this wedding. this last ditch effort to be inclusive to the people who are brown, yeah, I'm still giving the mom a side eye. So, like I said, the people have shown up, and this is where we quickly learn that the Danburys are regular people. Oh, the Danburys are the people who were hooking up with the younger woman and the old man. But since they have joined this wedding party, right, they are now the Lord and Lady Danbury. I said, well, look at this come up. Because, baby, y'all was just regular folks. And now y'all get to be Lord and Lady? Okay. Step it up then. All right, now let's slide on over to Brimsley. Because baby boy could not do his job correctly. He has lost the queen to be. So now the queen is running loose around the palace. Because baby girl is trying to escape this wedding. Y'all, she tried to hop a brick wall. She was not here for this. She's like, I cannot marry some man that I don't know. All I know is that he's the king. That's all I got. Ain't got no mo. Now here comes this man to see what she out here doing. And she explains that she doesn't know anything about the king and she needs help getting over this wall. Baby, you're talking to your future husband. Little do you know. So he clearly tells her that, he wants to be treated as a regular person. Call me George. You don't have to call me the king. And baby girl just wants to know everything about him, which is completely understandable. Now we learn that he's actually very intelligent. He likes science. Like, we learn a lot about him in a short little matter of time. And these things are actually important to Charlotte because, like I said earlier, Charlotte is intelligent. She's read books. She's not like, one of the typical girls of this time. And I was actually here for George saying that, this is going to be your choice if you want to marry me or not. Because at some point, her brother ends up running up saying, like, girl, if you don't get it together, because we need to go ahead and marry you to this man. Like I said, George is like, it is her choice. I said, now hold on. You're giving this woman a choice? I like this. Okay, I might like this relationship. So y'all, our good sis Shar, she said, listen, I told y'all I had my own dress. I'm not wearing this traditional crap you try to put me in. Please know that her dress was so much better than that traditional dress. And the headpiece, oh my God, the headpiece was perfect for her hairstyle. Like, how stunning was she? We're watching this young black woman become the queen with this natural hair and this beautiful dress. I love that scene. Now, y'all, it is nighttime, okay? Everybody is saying their goodbyes. Her brother says, goodbye, and I hope you have a lot of kids. Baby, I would have stopped him right in his tracks and said, excuse me, what did you promise these people? Because did you tell them that we have like twins running in our family or something? Why you say that specifically? So next thing you know, Lady Danbury, she comes through, and now Charlotte is like, oh, we're going to be good friends. I said, yes, y'all about to be sister girls. Y'all about to be besties. I'm here for this. Because this black girl definitely needed a black friend, okay? So our homegirl Aggie had to let her know, like, listen, watch yourself with these people. We don't know them like that. And if you need backup, just let me know. Because I'm going to come down here and I will show up and show out if I need to, okay? That is basically what she told her. Yep, that's what she said. So, after all that, George takes Shar on a little field trip so he can surprise her. Baby, he gave her a whole house. A whole house to herself. Now, he got his own house as well. That's in a whole other place called Q. I said, now wait a second. This ain't even the royal house. Like, wait a minute. Because we already know that the palace is the place, or should I say the home that they're going to share at some point together, right? So she's like, well, sir, don't you have like some marital duties that you're supposed to be doing? Like, are we supposed to be getting it popping? And when he asks, is that what she wants? Baby girl doesn't even know what that entails, okay? And this is one thing that we have noticed about Bridgerton when we were first introduced to the storyline of Daphne and her being the woman who was, up to be married. So in season 1 of Bridgerton, Daphne had no clue what would happen on her wedding night. Now back to Shar, George, he is now upset and says that, you know what, I will stay then. Baby boy gets to stomping all through the house or whatever. And she's like, well, wait, hold on. Like, you're leaving me behind. Like, what's going on? Like, I don't understand. So now they're arguing because she doesn't understand why he wants to go back to his place in Q, and he doesn't want to be there with her. Now, according to him, this is for the best. So George gets big mad. I mean, big mad. And now he got to put his big boy drawers on, and he lets her know that he's going back to Q. This is how it has to be because this is what's best for them. And he is the king. So now Shar, she's like, oh, okay, baby. I see where we stand. So he storms out the door and she storms upstairs. But don't worry, Brimsley is following 5 paces right behind her. So now we get a flash forward, and what do we see? Queen Charlotte, she's going in to go speak to her kids. It's crazy to me because now she's asking the much older Brimsley if her kids are even sober. Y'all, we quickly learn her kids are a hot mess. You have the sons who are messing around with mistresses and having babies without being married. And then you also learn that they're having a bunch of illegitimate kids. And they are not going to be heir to the throne. How could they be? And then she gives an order that somebody in that room better produce a baby or the family line dies with their father. And it's crazy because she said that the family line dies with the father as if the rest of these kids, y'all ain't getting nothing. Like, when y'all daddy die, don't expect nothing over here. Y'all ain't getting nothing. And how do we actually end this episode? That is actually with flashing back to baby Shar. She's very upset and she's speaking to herself saying, you know what? I should have jumped that wall. Y'all, that was the first episode of Queen Charlotte. I think I'm really going to enjoy this series. Please let me know what you guys thought about the first episode so we can go ahead and discuss down below in the comment section. I would love to hear y'all thoughts. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to my channel because I will be reviewing every episode of this show. So, yeah, talk to you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.